Sunday morning and I'm here on Folkestone Beach, surrounded by families, so not that unusual a scene for a late summer Sunday. But if you look a little closer, we're joined by metal detectors and archaeologists who are all digging for gold. This is an artwork by the artist Michael Sailstorfer, and he's buried 30 pieces of gold under the sand here on Folkestone Beach. It's an artwork for the festival, the Folkestone Triennial, and it forms a new form of public art that involves the public.
So I did a similar project exactly 5 years ago in the city of Pulheim, which is close to Cologne. And I was asked pretty often in the meantime if I would like to repeat this piece somewhere in the Central Park in New York, at some art fairs. But I always refused because it was not the right setting and not the right location. But this situation in Folkestone was like very special.
Now, over this period of time, we see the whole of the landscape here transformed by pockmarks and hills and dunes that's remade as the tide comes in and out twice a day. And what you hear as you walk around is the different kind of stories of why people have come here, why they're hunting, and the social connections that people are making.
Well, I think we're going to be in Folkestone for another 6 months before we go travelling. So we need to find a piece of gold to buy our camper van to go.
Definitely be nice to find a piece of gold, but the idea that they're here is nice as well. I don't know, I think it might ruin it if we do find one.
We came down on the Friday at around 6 p.m, I think, and we've been digging for about an hour. You were still excited about it, but...
With my sister.
Yeah, and I wasn't really enjoying it. I thought
I know.
I'd got a little bit fed up by then, a bit disheartened that I wasn't going to find one. And then just out of the blue, it just popped out the sand, really. I think it's amazing because it's brought the community together and people from further afield, and not everyone would see this as art, but then it makes you think about what art is. So I think it's really good.
I think every piece is like a new experiment, but I think when the tide comes in, all the traces of digging will probably disappear. And like every day when the tide is low again, you start from zero again. The time is also like an aspect of the piece. What I like about the piece is that it's everything. It's about what happens with a piece of land, how the piece of land becomes a sculpture itself, like almost like a moon surface when there are holes and people digging. It's also a lot about participation. It's about how people digging there become part of the piece and become part of the process. I think in the end it's like a script, it's like a screenplay. So you have like certain rules, so the gold is there, people can look, and then it creates its own dynamic. So it's about the land, it's about the people.
Gold also has this extraordinary inspirational quality. It's buried treasure, it's connected to the gold rushes of the 19th century. This is a new form of public art.
Without money, everything would be much more easy. I think you're right. It's also a critical piece in the end. I agree. It's not really registered like how many of the coins are found. And in the end, it's also like a permanent project. Maybe in 2 years, someone will still try his luck and look for a piece of gold there. So it can also become like a mythical place in the end.